Sir, it's very pleasure to hear that your movie is acquiring a very nice receptance in here. And what's your opinion about that movie?
My movie. Well, we had two screenings, one last night, one this morning, and and I watched it with the audience this morning, and I was quite. It was great to see the kind of reception that it got at the end. They loved it. Lots of people came up to me and told me that they really enjoyed it, and that was great.
How do you feel about our festival, our festivals?
I think it's a great festival. I mean, um, I wish I had made plans to stay much longer. Next time I'm going to be here on the very first day, and I would leave only after it's finished because it's just a great opportunity to see movies from all over the world, from movies that I would otherwise not be able to see. It's a great festival. It's an amazing festival.
Okay. You are living in Africa or
I come from Nigeria.
Nigeria. That means
I live in London.
in that place, what is the actual position of films?
In Nigeria. Nigeria has a movie industry called Nollywood, which is second in terms of numbers only to Bollywood, in terms of numbers of films. And uh, Nollywood is the second biggest employer in Nigeria after the government. So it's quite a big industry. So we love movies in Nigeria, and yeah.
So there are so many political reasons are behind in building up this creation, isn't it? In your work, so many political persuasion is there, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, political. I don't. I'm not sure.
There is some political influence in making this film.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's not politics so much as the movie is about a historical event, a war, a civil war that happened in Nigeria in the 1960s, a war that we don't talk about at all. And because it's about that, when it opens in Nigeria, it will probably be controversial because there will be people who love it and there will be people who won't love it. But I hope that it gets people talking. I hope it just gets a conversation talking. I didn't make it to make a political point. I just felt it was a part of our history that we didn't talk about enough. Yeah.
See, how do the Nigerians do react with these problems, or how do see the film?
Well, this film has been shown at the Toronto Film Festival in Canada, at the London Film Festival. It showed at the festival in LA, and everywhere it has shown, hundreds of Nigerians have come to see it. Nigerians in the diaspora, Nigerians who live outside Nigeria, and the response has been incredible. In Toronto, it got 3 standing ovations. So they, to my relief, they loved it. Yeah.
So, actually, what is the real reason for making this film to you?
Well, for me, as I said, one, it was about a part of our history, Nigerian history, that was quite traumatic. It was a war, and I feel that after a war, the only way you can heal is to talk about things, to talk about the good things and the bad things, and that was one reason. The other reason was that the movie is based on a book written by a wonderful writer called Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. And when I read the book, when it was published, I fell in love with the book, with the characters, with the stories, and I just felt that it would make a great movie. And I spent nearly 7 years of my life working on it.
Okay. See, is this the first movie of you, or otherwise the question is that you entered in this field?
It's my first movie, my first feature as a writer director, but I've been writing plays and directing theatre for over 20 years in the UK. Yeah, theatre plays, and I write novels as well. So for me, I'm a storyteller. I realized about 20 years ago when my first movie was directed. It was a movie. It was a script I wrote for television, and it was directed by Danny Boyle, who is best known now for his great movie Slumdog Millionaire. And
So many differences are there from the stage to the scene.
yeah,
There are so many differences.
yeah, so many, yeah.
How can you adjust? How can you just capture the film world, the shooting world?
You know what? I grew up. Before I went to before I saw my first play, my first theater play, I'd probably seen 200 movies. When I was a kid, there were, the Bollywood was very big in Nigeria, and we used to go to the cinema, and watching Bollywood movies, and they had these characters. I haven't watched any in a while, but they had these characters in Bollywood movies called the Charlie, who were like the comedy characters, and we used to love any movie that had a Charlie in it. We loved it, and
Do you like Kerala?
it's a beautiful state, and this is a beautiful city. It's really, really amazing.
So you will be here up to the end of the movie.
Unfortunately not. I've got to, because my movie is also showing at the Dubai Film Festival, which is running at exactly the same time, the same dates as this festival. So I've got to go to Dubai. But I really look forward to coming back with my next movie and staying much longer.
So after receiving this great success in your first movie, you will stick on to this film industry.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've actually directed something after this. I'm in London right now. I'm in post-production on something I've just finished directing. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you very much.